Welcome to the AskASwimPro show. We are here with special guest Connor Jaeger. What's going on, Connor?
Hey, yeah, thanks for having me, Ferris.
We are here. We got the Manhattan skyline right behind us. So where exactly are we actually?
Hoboken.
Hoboken.
Jersey,
and
yeah.
You're originally from New Jersey, right?
New Jersey, further south, yeah.
Okay, sweet. So for the few people who are watching who maybe they don't know your background, like how you got into swimming, so give us kind of the rundown, how you got into swimming, walk us through the journey of swimming in college and everything else.
All right, yeah, grew up, first lived near the beach, had to learn how to swim, sent to swim lessons at a really young age, cried every day that I had to go, I hated it, but happy that my parents forced me through that. From there, doing the summer season, swimming to the noodle in the middle of the pool, and then eventually, probably when I was 8 years old, started swimming, year-round on a club team, CJAC for Central Jersey Aquatic Club, down in Central Jersey.
Nice, nice. Okay, so you do the whole club swimming thing, and then you swim at Michigan.
Yeah.
So what was it like swimming at the University of Michigan?
Yeah, I mean, right away, felt like I was a big fish in a small pond, maybe, in New Jersey, and then right away reality hit, totally humbled by the coaching staff and my teammates, and, had to try to start clawing my way to have a place on the team.
Right on. So you're swimming at University of Michigan. What was like some favorite memories? Like, what do you remember most about the experience?
Oh man, well that's kind of an unfair question because there's
a lot of memories. I understand it's so hard to pick just like one.
And it wasn't even 4 years. It was 6 years that I lived there, and I really love that place and love every time I get to go back. Some things that stand out. Beating University of Texas in the dual meet our sophomore year.
Calling them out, okay. I like it. I'm calling out the Longhorns.
That was awesome by 1 point because someone had tied at some point. So we were both like 151.5 points to 100.
Right.
50.5 points.
That's so intense for like a dual meet in college.
Yeah, it was sick.
Such a 1 point.
It was so sick.
Okay.
That was awesome. Winning NCAA's junior year too. That's tough to match
at IUPUI.
Yeah, at IUPUI. But I don't know. Also, just like summers in Ann Arbor of rafting down the Huron.
The Huron River.
Doing nothing all day but training and eating and training and eating. Like pretty good memories.
Yeah. It's hard to pick just one memory in the whole college experience. So you were there 6 years. So you trained professionally. What was it like being in that environment, but not as an NCAA athlete? But you're still in school, right?
I was still in school.
You're still in school. So what was it like being a professional, at U of M?
Yeah, no, I mean, there's definitely a transition there for people, even catching up with guys that are still on the national team and still training, but had just graduated a year or two before.
Yep.
There really is a difference from when you're training with everybody on the team, but then suddenly you're still there doing everything with everybody, but you're not on the team anymore. Right. You get a lot of freedom, definitely more freedom there for you to take advantage of. Yeah. But also you miss that the Tuesday team meeting talking about the next dual meet that's coming up, everybody kind of being in it together. It goes from a team focused type of mindset to now you have to be more self-centered around your decisions.
So how do you stay motivated? Obviously there's goals that you stay motivated with, but I guess because a lot of people who are using MySwimPro, they train on their own basically, and they're self-motivated. So I guess what were some things that you think helped you stay so focused in that journey?
I mean, in the end, for me, it was part of trusting the process. I still had people there supporting me. Sure. Great coaching, and I know that MySwimPro has its coaching function, and I think really part of still being around people that want to be competitive. So whether it was, one of my roommates, David Moore, he stopped training, he stopped swimming, but he was still being very competitive, but more in the classroom. And I think even just being surrounded by people that have that drive, it makes you think, and you kind of look at yourself and be like, oh, that person's getting after it, so what am I going to do? Right.
So you mentioned, getting competitive in other areas outside of swimming. So if we fast forward, so you competed internationally at the Olympics. Let's talk about that really quick. So you can't skip over that. So what was it like competing internationally? 2 Olympic Games,
Yeah.
Silver medal in 16 in Rio in the 1500.
Yeah.
So what was it like to have that experience on the national team?
Yeah, I mean, even so, I'm doing some of those international meets while I was still in college.
Yeah.
So again, almost the same thing, going from that team focused type of mentality to now you're in a foreign country, you're eating fruits and vegetables that are wrecking your stomach on a daily basis, you're tired, you're jet lagged, whatever, right? And you can't just fall back on the guys back home, your team that you're used to. You have to find new inspiration in the group that you're with. So still same, you get really close to those people in a very short period of time because like you know that you're going to count on each other on day 7 of an 8-day meet.
Sure. So now, post Olympic days, you're retired from the competitive world, but you're still involved in the pool doing different things. So like what are some things that you're still connected in swimming in?
So still doing fitter and faster swim tours. Probably do about 6 or so of those a year, which is awesome.
And for people who don't know, the Fitter and Faster Tour is?
Fitter and Faster Tour is, I mean, it's an around the country tour where they bring ex-Olympians or professional athletes to your local club team, where kids can sign up and come and spend the day learning something about swimming that they hopefully haven't been exposed to already and normally haven't.
Sweet.
And so I mean that's awesome. I always leave that feeling good. Like it's been a productive weekend. Getting some time teaching, and like I have all this experience, all those years of swimming that I don't really get to use on a daily basis anymore. But those are my opportunities to go and teach it to someone that wants to learn it.
Right. So what do you have any like specific experiences with like any of the clinics that you've done that, or maybe you've helped someone in a certain way that just these certain stories like stand out to you?
Yeah, I don't know if it's any one specific story. Like I definitely have occasions in mind, but it's not worth it. It's really more of when you see somebody doing something wrong. And or that to me it's wrong, and then you explain it to them, and you watch them think about it, try it out, fumble with it a little bit, and then eventually pick it up and get it right. And how satisfying it is to see that, and to see someone
that you had
learn
the help
that.
and the impact.
Yeah, to have the impact, but even just like it's awesome to see someone want to get better and to struggle through it, even if it's only for 5 minutes. It's awesome.
Sure. Okay, so you're doing the clinics about six per year.
Yeah, a little
6 per year.
6 to 10.
And then what's so now you're in the corporate world.
Yeah.
What are you up to now in the corporate world?
Yeah, so I work for a real estate developer, Toll Brothers, and so specifically the division Toll Brothers City Living. So they focus the company itself does single-family homes around the country.
Awesome.
City Living is maybe 5 to 10% of that company that does high-rise.
And that's what you focus on.
And that's a part of that's a division that I'm in.
Okay.
So have some jobs in Manhattan, some in Brooklyn that I've just ended, and here we are in Hoboken. They have done like 6 in Hoboken, and we have 2 about to kick off. So
nice.
Yeah, it's
That's
cool.
awesome.
Having moved here to Hoboken without a job. I didn't have a job when I moved here. It's pretty cool that I ended up working for a company that has had such a big impact on this area.
That's awesome. And so what's it like now? So just a couple of years ago, you were putting in who knows how many hours per day in the pool, and now you're not doing this. So what's the change up like?
It's weird. My favorite thing to say is that for at least the first 6 months, I always felt like I was late for something when I wasn't. Like it just
because you're so used to that
routine of getting up, going to the practice, coming back. I was always in a rush at school, always late for the next thing, rushing to class, rushing back to school, trying to go and get some homework done. So like having to rush to something felt really odd.
Yeah. And what? So just kind of taking a step back and looking at swimming now. Like, do you still keep an eye on what's going on, like at the elite level on the national team? How do you stay in touch with national team members and just keep an eye on what's happening?
No, I do, and I try, like especially college. Maybe not the dual meets.
Unless they're beating Texas, right?
Yeah, unless it's Texas.
It's hard to, right?
Although I really try, but like the conferences, NCAAs, I'm still watching. Even like excuse me, the Grand Prix. Still try to make a point to watch that.
Pro Series.
If it's a Thursday prelims, Thursday and Friday prelims are kind of hard for me to keep up on. But always.
Are you live streaming? Like, are you looking at live results? Like, how in detail are you looking at splits? I mean, what are you?
I'm sneaking on my phone and looking at Me Mobile.
Okay. Yeah. Sure. Okay, and then, so what do you think about, like, where do you see swimming going? Do you see, I mean, some people are throwing, like Katie Ledecky, right, throwing down insane times, or Dressel, or even in the distance world. Like, what stands out to you today?
I mean, Katie, set a world record 2 weeks ago?
Yeah,
how long ago
Pro
was that?
Series a month ago, yeah.
Pro Series, so that,
no big deal.
I'm so happy, so happy for her. It's crazy to think that I met her when she was either 14 or 15, and now, she's an adult, and she's gone through some years of college and decided to go pro, which I think is fantastic. And it's going to take a long time for anyone to get to where she is, I think.
Yeah.
But I will say this, going back to the Fitter and Faster, did a clinic a few weeks ago in Nashville. Nashville.
Okay.
And the 11 and under group, so there were some 10-year-olds in there that could really do some underwater kicking.
Wow.
Like, the emphasis on underwater kicking is getting younger and younger.
Yeah.
And we keep saying, these high school kids are so fast, there's no way they can keep getting faster. I think they're going to keep getting faster. So we'll continue to see NCAAs getting more and more deep.
Yeah.
3:39 isn't going to make the final in the 4 a.m., which I can't get over that. I can't get over that. That's not right. I don't want that.
So do you think, just looking at, we can look at short course yards and even long course, do you see us getting close to a limit on what humans can do in any of these events? Or do you think it's just going to, every 10 years, the mark's going to be moving by 1% or something, like it's been the last 30 years?
I'd say there has to be a limit.
At some point.
At some point, without technology, without
something changing.
Yeah, right. Without anything changing, I'd say there has to be a limit. But also, I didn't think anyone was going to go 17-1. Or what did he go?
He went 17-6, splitting 17 low on a relay or something.
Oh, sorry.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Right, so what do you think about those times when someone just, and even internationally, when you see like PD's 57-1, you see these times that are just so outside of what everyone else goes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, Caleb's 200 IM, even though it wasn't a 200 IMer. When I saw that result,
38.
I was like, I didn't think I was a good swimmer. Like, it made me
feel
bad.
How do you think that makes us normal mortals feel when you say that? It's like, well.
No, that's why it's so fun. It's so fun. So that's why NCAA it's great.
Awesome.
It's been awesome to follow.
And so I guess just looking even further into swimming, like into the future, what do you see any trends in terms of techniques, training, technology? Let's look at 2020, 2024. What do you see on the horizon? What gets you excited?
I don't know. I think USRPT is definitely a
different
buzz,
training.
And people are trying it. I know Michigan was trying it before I left. And probably, I would guess, though this might not be accurate, that Michael Andrews is probably the champion of that.
He's throwing it down times now,
And he's getting really, really fast.
He's getting there,
And he could be the USRPT. Is not. Everyone should take it really seriously. Whatever NC State has been doing. Right. I don't really know what they do, but it must be different. And those guys are phenomenal. Men and women are phenomenal. All
right, so I'm gonna follow up. So you're a distance swimmer by trade, right? When you qualify.
No.
So USRPT, it's ultra short race pace training is traditionally for the shorter events. So do you think you could have trained with that more of that stuff for the 1500, or do you think that's more reserved for 200 and down?
I don't know. Maybe I did some of the 1500 version of USRPT. It's
Josh White and Mike Bottom putting you to work. Putting you to work.
We would do some sets where it was 25s all out on an interval and keep it going. It was a broken 200. It might have been a 200. 25. But I don't know.
Do you miss that? Doing when you think about sets that you used to do, do you think, oh man, that was great, or no, I'm happy I'm not doing that anymore?
No, you know what? I always loved it. I don't look back and say, oh, thank God I'm not doing 300s, 10 300s today. I did like it. it's a little bit easier physically now that I don't have to do it.
Sure.
You know, but no, I always love doing that stuff.
Do you still get in the water? Like, what's your routine besides the clinics?
Yeah.
What's the routine?
No,
look like?
less regularly. There is a pool down the block from where I live, and so yeah, I try to make an effort to get there. But just with hours and like
you're not doing 8,000.
Yeah,
you're not cranking out the meters.
Yeah. Nice. We need to find an outdoor pool, I think. Summertime outdoor pool.
Summertime, get 10. Yeah. Mike, were there any questions on the live or any comments? Let's hear what the community is saying.
Let us know if you have any questions here. Love to hear it. All
right. So if there's none, I have a question. So what advice do you have for kind of the aspirational fitness when we talked about Mike, right? So someone they see swimming at the elite level and they're like, wow, that's really cool. I want to get into swimming. Like, what advice do you have for them when they're just getting like started?
Yeah, I think, well, right off the bat, you need to have a base. You need to be able to just move, feel like you're comfortable in the water, comfortable holding your holding your breath, keeping your face down, everything.
Sure.
That's the base. Once you have that, the quicker that you can pick up efficient technique, the less frustrated you're going to be. The easier you'll be moving through the water. I think just the more enjoyable the process will be for you. So whether it's fast or slow, the technique I think is going to make the whole thing just more enjoyable.
Yeah.
So then once you have the technique down, you'll keep training. The speed will come over time.
Yeah.
But I think getting the technique down, learning it correctly the first time, not having to go back, break your stroke down, and then try to relearn something will be better.
So you think technique like freestyle, do you think someone should go like all the strokes, have a good technique in all of them, or just focus on freestyle to start?
Someone that's like just learning how to swim?
They know how to swim, but they're trying to get into they want to swim as a workout.
Yeah.
They're trying to work out with swimming.
Yeah, no, I think do all the strokes. Yeah, if you could do all the strokes, I think that's probably going to give you the best workout anyway. Probably majority of what you should be doing should be freestyle.
Yeah.
You don't want to, if you have 30 minutes to swim, don't spend 30 minutes doing breaststroke. That's.
Hey, you know what? 30 minutes of breaststroke. Oh God, that would hurt.
Grab a kickboard, do some
kicks.
Adam might do some breaststroke when he gets to the pool.
Yeah, he does some breaststroke. Yeah.
We got a couple shout outs for Ann Arbor. Summers in Ann Arbor.
Nice, all right.
Summers who's giving the shout out? Summers in Ann Arbor. Was it Aaron?
Yeah.
Nice. All right, so do you have any shout outs you want to give to the fans? I guess if you can look back and like, who are some people that you always want to thank that helped you get in your swimming career to set your foundation to everything that you're doing now on in life? Some shout outs.
You know what? So my classmates on the Michigan team, everyone that I was ever on the team with, but then there were two guys that I was never on the team with, and that's Matt Patton and Michael Klee.
Okay.
So Michael Klee didn't even go to Michigan, but he came and started training with us in fall of 2012. And so those two guys, I always like to bring them up as as an example of two people that are so incredibly positive about you, like really make you feel like you're doing something right, that they have such a tremendous effect on the people around them.
That's awesome.
And so swimming, and even today still they pump me up.
Yeah.
And it's
That's
great.
awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, thanks for tuning in, everyone on the show, and thank you, Connor,
thanks
for taking the time to speak with us. We're here in Jersey, but we got Manhattan in the backdrop. Oh, it's so beautiful. We got the One World Trade Center. Anyway, this is the AskASwimPro show. Thanks again, Connor. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time.
All right.
Later.